There's a saying, April showers bring May flowers, and while April has yet to bring me any of these famed showers I've heard about, April did bring Halo 5 its newest update, Ghosts of Meridian. Much like Infinity's Armory back in January, Ghosts of Meridian is a content drop aimed at the Warzone crowd with new weapon variants, a new armor upgrade, a new Warzone map, and also adds a new arena map and some Forge goodies. First up is the new Warzone map Skirmish at Dark Star. Skirmish at Dark Star takes place post-Halo 5 campaign in a galaxy being enslaved by the new AI uprising, and to reflect this, the map is focused on Promethean v Spartan combat. The map takes many steps to address complaints that the community has in regards to the way Warzone maps are designed, and did it address these complaints? Well, let's find out. Right off the bat, Skirmish at Dark Star is easily the best looking Warzone map to date in my opinion. While other Warzone maps such as Apex 7 have good intentions in terms of their art style, it's clear that they were victims of visual downgrades to maintain a steady 60 frames per second. Skirmish at Dark Star seems to be evidence that 343 is beginning to master the Halo 5 engine and produced a beautifully detailed map with good use of colors, background detail, and bump mapping, which helps make this otherwise dull planet come to life. In terms of gameplay, Skirmish at Dark Star takes strides to ensure the infantry combat is a bit more interesting, and in my opinion it succeeds. No longer are the firefights just groups of Spartans tossing grenades through base doors like the other Warzone maps. Spartans are actually out in the field, utilizing cover and making advances on enemy bases in ways not possible due to lack of cover on other maps. Darkstar also makes an effort to shake things up in regards to boss fights by throwing at you Prometheans that have repurposed UNSC equipment. One of the more enjoyable bosses, in my opinion, is actually a Mantis boss fight. Overall, Darkstar is my favorite Warzone map thus far, and a shining example that the future of this game mode is very bright. New to the list of Warzone rec variants are some new suppressors, and a new fresh set of gravity hammers, but first up let's talk about the suppressors. Well, Hammerstorm succeeded in making the Storm Rifle a viable weapon in Warzone. With the Fury and Blissful Slumber, I find that Ghosts of Meridian is having some trouble with the suppressors. The suppressor is a universally recognized bad weapon. It's pretty hard to use in Warzone, and sadly these new variants do little to change that. The Song of Peace is essentially a fire rate upgrade to the suppressor by removing its need to wind up the fire rate when you first begin shooting, and while yes, this does help make it more usable in a quick engagement, the travel time on the shots isn't close to quick enough. I find that by the time the shots have finally landed on my opponent, I've already been killed. The Razor's Edge is a different beast, but with a similar problem. The Razor's Edge acts as a Promethean needler of sorts by causing enemies to explode once you land 5 shots. But, like the Song of Peace, the bullet travel time is a tad too slow. Sadly, I can't really think of a single reason to choose these variants over the much superior Storm Rifle variants. The Gravity Hammer also got quite a few extra variants, and for the most part, they're all fairly good considering they are melee weapons in Warzone, but the Tartarus's Gavel is actually quite impressive and addresses a few issues I have with the Gravity Hammer in the Warzone environment. This hammer upgrades your shields, your speed, your jump height, and to top it all off, launches bursts of energy that can kill enemies from a range. While it's not the Fist of Rook, it's certainly close. Next on the list of things is a new arena map, Tyrant. Tyrant is the second Forerunner themed map in Halo 5, and oh man, 343 made sure to make it memorable. Tyrant is a beautiful map, and the art team needs to be recognized for perfectly capturing the beauty of the Forerunners. Tyrant also does something quite clever in terms of its lighting to help separate sections of the map. Red Team's half of the map is bathed in golden sunlight, while Blue Team's half is under a dark blue shadow. Not only does it help make the map look visually diverse, it's a clever use of lighting that I wish the rest of the game would actually adopt. Now, while this map is a work of art, it sadly plays a bit clunky. This map is very restrictive, and can sometimes feel like a confusing maze of tunnels. Even after playing the map quite a few times, I found myself and other players having a hard time locking down the flow of the map, and sometimes feeling a bit claustrophobic due to the lack of open environments. It also doesn't help that instead of giving the map automatic weapons to complement the tight gameplay, players are given weapons like the light rifle and sniper rifle, which goes against the close-range engagements the map asks for. Overall, it's not the worst map in the game, and its art certainly helps elevate it above most, but I have a feeling players aren't gonna like this map very much. Finally, we can close this review with some great Forge additions that come in the form of vegetation and flora to help give the Forge maps a more natural look, and other goodies that are too numerous for me to get into right now. There are other Forge channels who are probably more equipped to talk about this stuff than I am. Overall, it's a bit of a letdown as an update. There's no new throwback weapon, there's no new game modes or anything, and sadly the update has actually come with a few bugs and glitches which hopefully will be sorted out very soon. But that being said, it's still a solid update and a welcome change to Halo 5 that seemingly breathed new life into the game. So here's to hoping that the next update will be good, and I'll see you guys on the next video.